Okay, this is a Simpson Planetary gear set. We're going to look at it as a 3-speed transmission with the apply and control devices all attached or in their proper place. We have the low reverse band next the output shaft. We have the intermediate band next the input shaft. To the rear again, this is a one-way clutch, which is through the teeth on this going to hold the rear planetary carrier when it needs to, or allow it to spin if it needs to. All right. On the inside this drum, we have the high reverse clutch pack, which is going to be splined onto these in order to get an input from the input shaft. In this Sun Gear driving shell is exactly what that says, and it is down and splined to the Sun Gear in here, so whatever I do with this shell happens to my Sun Gear. The forward clutches are within it and are another set of clutch pack, which is going to operate on the outside of the front planetary ring gear. Okay, so in low gear, first gear, our input is going to be to our ring gear from the input shaft and the forward clutch. It's going to cause it to turn. The rear carrier is being held by the one-way clutch on the back. And what is happening is the rotation of my ring gear, the front carrier is being held by the output shaft because it is splined to it at the front, right here. So as my ring gear turns with the carrier held, I get a reversal of direction. The carrier gears are being forced, they're turning the Sun Gear in the opposite direction. The rear carrier is held by the one-way clutch. So again, with the rear carrier held, we get a reversal of direction, and our Sun now is turning the ring gear back in the same direction as my hand is originally turning, but we have a gear reduction because I have the Sun Gear driving the ring gear, which is a bigger gear, and that would be first gear. For second gear, the input is still going to be through my forward clutch to the outside of my ring gear. The intermediate band it in there. Intermediate band is going to apply. That is going to hold this clutch pack at the front, and through the lugs here, I'm going to hold the Sun. So effectively, all this is doing when that applies is holding the Sun Gear. My one-way clutch now is going to freewheel. There's nothing on the back to prevent my one-way clutch from turning. The ring gear, the input from the ring gear, is going to cause the front planetary carrier to walk around the Sun. The carrier is splined to my output shaft, and that gives me my output to the rear. That was second gear. In third gear, the intermediate band is going to come off, loosen, but now my high reverse clutches are going to be applied. The high reverse clutches applied now are going to be an input and are going to cause the Sun Gear driving shell to rotate with it. So I still have my forward clutches applied, as in all forward gears, and I have my Sun Gear getting an input as well. So what's going to happen is through the front carrier, we're going to turn at a 1-to-1 ratio. All right? That 1-to-1 ratio is going to cause my output shaft to turn with the carrier, and that is going to be my drive to the rear. So there's the 3 forward speeds. In reverse, this is the only gear where the forward clutches will not be applied, so I don't need this at all. But my high reverse clutches are going to be applied here. And again, my input goes through the high reverse clutches to the sun gear driving shell to the sun gear. Everything that's going to happen in the reverse gear now happens in the back planetary. The one-way clutch is in position, but because it would be turning in the same direction to allow it to turn, the one-way clutches wouldn't hold. So what we need to do is apply the low reverse band, which is going to hold this, and this is connected to my carrier in here. So I have an input through my sun and my carrier on the rear being held. Means that my output is going to be through my ring gear, which is splined to my output shaft. All right, so with my sun as an input again, and my carrier held, I get a reversal of direction. And with the ring gear connected to my output shaft, I have a small sun gear driving a larger ring gear, so I get a torque increase and a speed decrease. And that would be the 4 speeds and all of the components.